Hi guys, in this video we are going to discuss how to develop a GET API. So we are going to develop two GET APIs. One for the getting the all the student information. Like in the previous video we developed the post API, right? So by using the post API we save the two records. Okay, now in this video we are going to perform the GET operation. GET operation we are going to perform two types. One is the get all information. Another one is the get student information based on the roll number. These are the two things we are going to perform in this video. Okay, so now we need to define the APIs. What are the APIs we are going to define? We are going to define the API get all student info. Get all student info. The purpose of this API is we are going to get all the student information. What is this guy? We are going to get the all the student information. Okay, so all the student information means we are going to receive the list of students, right? We are going to receive the list of students. The return type of this method is list of students. So by default all the interface methods are public methods. So so this is the API. First API we are going to develop to get the all the student information. So whatever the data we available in the student table, all the information we need to see. Okay, now we define the API. We need to provide the implementation for this one. So let's go to the student service class and it will show you. So Eclipse will show you what is the error. What is the error here is showing? It is showing. So you have some unimplemented method in your interface. You have to implement that one in this implementation class. It is showing that one. So just click the add unimplemented method. Once you click one, so the method will be come to us. So here what we have to do, we need to perform the query on the table. So in which table we need to perform the data? We need to perform the query on student table. So this is the student table, right? This is the student table. So we need to perform the what we need to perform. We need to perform the query on the student table to get the all student informations. So to perform the operations on the student table, which repository we need to use? We need to use the student repository. Why? Because student repository is the representation of the student entity. Hmm. If you want to perform any save operation, get operation on the student table, we need to use the student repository. Okay. So now we have the student repository. So on dot. So we need to get the all the information, right? Find all. So this is a predefined method which is existing on the JPA repository. So by using this find all method, we can get all the student information. Okay. So now we are going to return this one. This one only, right? We are going to return this one. So now our API is ready. Now what we have to do? We need to prepare the control for this one. So just go to the controller and write this method. So now which one we need to call? We need to call the get all students method in the student service class. Get all student info. Okay, this method return to us list of students. All student information, right? It will return the list of students. I'm going to return this one. Okay. So what is the method type? This one. This is the get method, right? Get mapping. Get mapping. This is the method type is get. So that's why I'm giving as a get mapping. Okay. Now get all students API is ready. Now I'm going to start this application. So application is started. So open the Postman. Okay. This is the post API we did previous. Now I'm going to give the so this is the API. So now I'm going to copy this URL and open the new tab and paste the URL here. What is the method type? Get type. So give the hit. Let's see what happens. See, we are able to see the all the data, right? We are able to see the all the data. What are the data is available in the database? We are able to see. We are able to see the in database two records. These two records we are getting, right. So we are getting the two records. It is a object in the form of the list of objects. Object contains this list contains the two object. Object one, object two. Object one is the rule number one. Object two is the rule number two. Now we can save the one more record and we can check it. Test 4. This is the post operation. In the previous video we did it. Okay. Now checking the database. We can see in the database. So in database, three records are available. Now I'm going to give the get method call once again. So I'm going to give the get method call once again. So here, previously we are able to see the two records. Now we are able to see three records. That means our API is giving the all the informations, right? So whatever the information is available in the database, it is giving, right, the student information. So once you give the hit from once you give the hit from the postman, first it will reach us to the student controller. It will identify the which controller. It will reaches the student controller. After coming to the student controller, so what is the method type we are giving here? The method type we are giving get. So it will check the get method is available or not. So it check the get method is available or not. So it is identified. So it is identified get mapping is available. So after it is executing this method. Here what we are calling the student service get all info method. So from here it will call the get all student info of the method. It is existing on the student service. Okay, so it will go to inside. So the implementation of this one is here. So here what we are doing, we are performing the find all method. Find all method is the predefined method which is existing on the Spring Data JPA. Okay, under Spring Data JPA we have the JPA repository. So under JPA repository we have this predefined method. So what it will give? It will give the all the information which is existing on the respective table. So what is the table? Is this one? This is the student table. This is the student repository. So this student repository performs on the operations on the student table. Okay. So we are able to get the all the information here. So this is the one operation. So what we are getting the all the information. Whatever the data is available in the student table, we are able to see the all the information. So now we have one more request. What is our request? So now we need to get the student information based on the roll number. Okay. In all the situations, there is not, I mean, it's not required to see all the student information, right? Based on the roll number, we need to get the information. So now we are going to write one more API. So what is the purpose of the API is get student info by roll number. Okay, get student info by roll number. So what is the role data type of the roll number? Roll number of the data type. How can you identify student info, right? Student or roll number is int. Hmm? Data type is int. We need to pass here input. This is a method info. So what is our expectation? We are expecting the student entity. I mean student data. So only one record only we are going to get it, right? Only one record we are going to get. So get student info by roll number. Roll number. This is the output of the method. This is going to be output of the method. So now I need to provide the implementation for this one. So once you come to the interface, I mean implementation class of this particular interface. So again it will ask the add unimplemented methods. I'm going to add this unimplemented method. Okay. So now we need to perform the operation on the table. Which table? Student table. So how we are going to perform the operation on to student table? We are going to use the student repository. In the student repository, we need to have the query. What is the query? Find by. What is the roll number? Here, this is the roll number, right? So we won't find the repo. We won't find that method in the repository. Why? Because I mean, in the JPA repository we have the only certain methods only. Those are the default methods. Those we are going to perform the save all, find all, find by id, those operations. But in my case, I need to get the records based on the roll number. I need to get the record based on the roll number. So that means we need to write one query in the repository. How you are going to write the query on the repository? So we need to open the student repository. Okay, open the student repository. We are going to write the query. This is going to be JPA query. JPA query start with find by, what is the column name? Roll number, right? So the variable name, we need to mention the variable name. Find by variable name. Variable name is the roll number. Roll number first letter should be capital. Input data type is int, variable is roll number. It is going to return the student entity. So this is a explicit query we are writing in the JPA repository. Now you are getting the records based on the roll number. In some cases, I need to get the records based on the name. That time, how you are going to write it? You are going to write the query same like this, but the variable name we need to keep instead of roll number. What you need to give? You need to give the name. Okay. So in some cases, you need to get the information based on the roll number and name. That time, how you are going to write the query? So that time you are going to write the query name and roll number. Name and roll number. Okay. So this is the way of writing query in the repository. Okay, if you want to get the only one field, you need to write the query like this. Find. This is the starting. I mean, this is a standard. So we need to use the find. If it is a JPA query, we need to start with the find by by find by roll number. So roll number here, find by name here, find by name and roll number. Okay, we need to get the based on the roll number and name both. But in my case, what I am going to perform, I need to get the student information based on the find by roll number. Okay, now I prepare the query, right? I'm going to call this query. Okay, what is the query here? Find by roll number. Find by roll number. Are it going to return? It is going to return the student entry. I'm going to return this one. So now our implementation is completed. Now what we have to do? We need to write the rest for this. We are going to write the rest for this one. What type of? So we are going to call the student service. On the student service, we have the implement. We have the actual logic. So find by. Okay, this is the actual logic we are going to get. Student info. So what type of method this one? This is also get mapping, right? So this is also get mapping. I'm going to give this one here. Right. Okay. At a time, can we have the two get mappings in the same controller? Is it possible? We'll see. So we can write the number of get mappings in the same control, but we need to do the some specific thing here. Okay, so now we are not doing anything here. Just run it the application. We'll see what is the problem we'll face. Okay, so now we are passing the roll number. The roll number we are expecting from the outside. How we are going to pass this roll number? We need to pass the roll number in the form of the path variable or request parameter. It's up to you. I'm going to pass this one as a path variable. If it is path variable or request parameter, we need to pass. Okay, now our API is ready. So what is the purpose of the API? We need to get the student information based on the roll number. Hmm? See, now our application execution failed. It's terminated. Why it's terminated? So ambiguous mapping. So that means the application got confused. Why it's got confused? Hey guys, you have two methods. What are the two methods? You have the two get methods, but the two get methods have the same path. So now I am going to say you how to give the path to respect to method. Up to now I didn't say how to give the path. Now this is a situation to understand the use of the path. Up to now we didn't give the path, but it is working. Okay, now the path we need to give. Why? Because you have the two methods. The two methods have the same get mapping annotation, but we cannot differentiate these two things. To differentiate the two things, we are going to give the path. Okay, we are going to give the path. See, this is the path. We are how this is the way we are going to give the path. Hmm. So now there is no problem with our application. So now it is running as expected. And what is our path? See our path. What is our path? Our path is roll number. Roll number and slash we need to pass the path variable, right? We need to pass the path variable. So we are expecting the path variable. So the path variable is the roll number. So path variable we are going to pass in the URL. Okay, how you are going to pass I will show you. Okay, this is the roll number. So this is the roll number path, and after I am going to give the one. Let's see. So I got the only one record. So if I change two, so two record is getting. If I change three, three is also getting. If I change four, four, there is no data. So that's why we are not getting anything. Five, there is no data. One. Hmm? Like this, we are getting this. So how we are going to give the path? We are going to give the path in the get mapping. On that get mapping, we are going to mention the path. On that path, we are going to give the path. So is it required to give the path to every method? Yes, it is required to give the path to every method. Okay, up to now I didn't give this path. Why? Because I need to show what is the problem if you didn't give the path to the each method. So this is a problem. So the system will get ambiguous problem. Okay, we have the multiple get methods in the same REST call, and if you have, we can have the multiple post methods in the same controller, but the path should be different. How you are going to give the path? You are going to give the path in form of the path equal roll number, roll number. So how we are going to pass the path variable? Path variable, you need to mention like this. You need to mention like this in the URL, and after you need to pass the data in the URL like /1. Hmm? This is the way, guys. This is the way to pass the data in the path variable. So I hope you understand how to perform the get API in Spring Boot application. Okay. Thank you for watching this video.